The majority of the content for your apps will be developed by you, but you also may want to open certain web pages, let's say the website, some URLs, and things like that. And when these open, you don't want the user to feel that they're navigating to a different site. In that case, what you want to use is an in-app browser. This is what allows you to open external web pages. In this video, I'll show you how you can use it. So this is my service studio. I'm inside a mobile application. It's an empty application. I've just gone ahead and created a screen, home, and nothing much. Now in this video for in-app browser, I'm going to use this plugin, which is also called in-app browser, and I'm going to show you how to use it. So first of all, do make sure you install it, and after installing, you have to add references so that the plugin is included. In-app browser plugin. You include the checking, so for checking whether the plugin is available or not, and then open to launch the page. You should also add reference to target. You'll see in a while what it means, and there are also a couple of other options that are selected there, and apply. Now to mimic opening of a web page, what I can do is maybe have an input field. Input. My goal is whatever URL you type here, we will open it. Variable will be maybe new local variable. I'll give it a default value. How about having OutSystems URL there to default so that I don't have to type the whole thing. And then next to it, we can have a button that triggers the call to the plugin, and we can call it launch. So when anybody clicks on this launch, we will first make sure the plugin is available. And if it's available, which is true branch, we will call the open functions. You can see how the AI in the platform works. It gives you suggestions, which is very nice for me. I'll pass it the URL from TextWare, so the input field will have this. Target, I'll keep it to the in-app browser. And there are also a couple of other options that you can use. Most interesting is the location one, which if set to false, it will not even display the address bar, which most of the times is the intention. You don't want the end user to see that or feel that it's a different application. And thereafter, you can end the flow. There are also a couple of other settings that you can provide, like iOS and Android configurations. Feel free to try out those. There's some descriptions here that can help you to guide. For the false side, if the plugin is not available, it's also customary to display a message. Browser plugin isn't available, and let this be a warning. Okay. So that's it. Let's go ahead and publish the application. Now, one thing to note is because it's using the in-app browser, we cannot test this from the emulator that we have in OutSystems. You really have to go ahead and generate the mobile application and install it on your phone to be able to test it. So for that part, let me go here and generate the mobile application. This will take a while, so let me pause the video for a while. So the app was generated and I've installed the app on my phone. What you see on the screen is the app running from my phone. You see the home screen where I have the input field. It shows the default URL for outsystems.com and the button for launching the in-app browser. If I click on launch, it launches the page. And as a user, I really don't feel whether it's a different website, not the application. If I go in, since I made an input field, I can maybe change it to some other website also. So any URL I type, I can open it. Only thing is the URL has to be complete. It has to have HTTP or HTTPS there. And if I launch, I can also now browse the MSN website. And that's how you use in a browser to load any external web pages in your apps. Thanks for watching.